Like most other community colleges in the 1960s, Jackson State Community College was created with the goal of making post-secondary education more accessible to individuals that might otherwise never have that opportunity. Registration for the first class in the fall of 1967 produced an enrollment of 640 students. Nearly 50 years later, enrollment is approaching 5,000. The college has always provided a way to transfer to four-year institutions, continuing education programs, and career-ready options in healthcare, industry, and business. The college still provides these services today, but the economic climate has changed significantly. Those familiar with the recent efforts to attract industry to the state of Tennessee are well aware that only 32% of the total population ever receives a post-secondary education.
Hi, I'm Bruce Blanding, president of Jackson State Community College. Jackson State Community College has joined a movement in the country called Achieving the Dream, ATD. Achieving the Dream is exactly that. It says that the student has a dream. We have a dream for the student, and that dream is something that if it's achieved, can have a positive impact on that student's life and on the community in which they live and everything about where we are and what we do. So what we're doing is we have affiliated with Achieving the Dream, thanks in large measure to the support of the governor, who has put funding available for us to have the ability to participate in this program. And we are going to roll out in this year Achieving the Dream as part of that national movement at Jackson State Community College in the singular goal of making sure that student success at Jackson State is our #1 priority, and making sure that every student who starts here has a very high probability of completing their agenda, their program, their goals, and achieving their dream. Now, you'll find when we talk with some of these students that you'll see the kind of dramatic differences, not your typical everyday freshman university student. These are students that have interesting and quite diverse backgrounds. So I hope you'll take a minute to watch and listen as we talk to some of our students, and these are typical of Jackson State Community College students.
My name is Linda Webb. I am a special education teacher here at Peabody High School. I quit high school when I was 16, started my family when I was 20, worked in a garment factory for 25 years. The garment factory closed down. I realized I didn't have any marketable skills. I had to do something. So I took my GED, and after taking my GED, I enrolled in Jackson State. It was the best move that I have ever made in my life in deciding to do that. I mean, it opened up a whole new world for me, and that's the way every class was. It was like going to another country almost. The teachers were encouraging. I'd walk into a class, and I'd be sometimes the only non-traditional student in the class, and I'd always sit in the front. And some of the things I'd say, well, I can't do, they were quick to encourage me, yes, you can, and I did. I think so many times as we get older, sometimes we limit ourselves because of background or what we think we can do and what we think we can't do. But I believe with all my heart that it's never too late to be what you might have been if you want it bad enough, but you've got to be willing to work for it. If you want something bad enough and you work for it and you don't give up, anything is possible.
My name is LaQuita Brown, and I am a social work major here at Jackson State. When my son graduated high school and went off to college, I found myself as an empty nester. And so it was an opportunity for me to take a look at where I was. And it made sense for me to go to Jackson State. I could have went somewhere else, but it would have been time and travel and all of that involved. And so my husband and I decided that Jackson State was the answer. #1 is my professors. I wouldn't trade them for anything. Some of the greatest people that I have ever come in contact with. And they have educated me on a level, a personal level, a one-on-one. When you're in that classroom, it is so small and intimate that you get everything that they are trying to relay to you. I don't think I would have found that in a huge university. And with Jackson State, the professors take a personal interest in your education. They really do. They work with you behind the scenes. They are very in tune with you. Your grades, if they're suffering, the first thing they do is send you an email, have a conference with you. Let's work this out. Is there something we can do to get this grade up? What can we do to help you achieve success in this class? And so that for me took precedent over anything else, any other university.
My name is LaFonda Hill. I'm a 2007 graduate of Jackson State. I'm currently a nurse practitioner at Jackson Clinic in Huntington. Graduated from Southside High School. I was always an honor student. I wanted to go to college after graduating, but I was nervous. I didn't have anyone to lead. My mom and my father both dropped out of high school, so I was the first in my family to graduate high school. So deciding to go to college, that was not the top of my list. My mom always worked 2 and 3 jobs, and so I had to go to work. When the factory closed, they gave us the option to either move to Mississippi where the new factory was moving, or we could go to school. And so I chose to go to school because my family lives here. I didn't want to leave my family. And so when I got to Jackson State, because I had been out for a couple of years, I had to take some remedial courses. I had to take like a writing class, math. In the writing class, that's when I met Mr. James Mayo. And he was the first person, I would say, that encouraged me to pursue whatever my dreams were. He thought that I would be good at whatever I decided to do. It was the last day of class when I left. Had already finished my exam and I left the class, and he caught me in the stairwell. And that's when he gave me those encouraging words that he thought that whatever I put my mind to, that I would succeed. And I think hearing that gave me the motivation to continue on, and so that's what I did.
Beginning in the fall of 2015, Jackson State faculty and staff together will undertake an effort to change the fundamental way we serve our students. Achieving the Dream is a national reform movement dedicated to community college student success and completion. Jackson State Community College accepts the challenge of achieving the dream and is looking forward to creating a culture and environment that better fosters student success.